is impossible. That is absolutely impossible what he just did. That may be the greatest catch I've ever seen in my life.
Morning. Good morning. This is Destination Fantasy. We're in week 17. This is also known as the season finale, as in the regular season for the NFL. But as you see, we're back and loaded. I'm Jamar with my brother Deshaun. How you doing this morning?
Man, I'm wonderful, bro. How about yourself?
Hey, man. Not one, not two, three. 3 rings, 3 championships. I like that's in 5 leagues, 4 finals, 3 championships. I would take that in a heartbeat. Definitely a complete reverse from last year at this time. One was, unfortunately against you, but it was definitely a slugger fest for the most part until the very end. One defeat was a little heartbreaking, but I can't be mad at LexCorp on that one in our main league. He's one of the few people that actually survived Alvin Kamara's 6 touchdown games. So definitely hats off to him for that one, man. All love there.
Yeah, man. It's due to look. I don't think people understand how tough it is to be in 5 leagues and to make the run that you made. Man, I legit thought you were going to take them all. Like I saw what you were matched up against. Man, like I was feeling confident for you, bro. But you definitely got to tip your hat to you. Amazing season. That's what you try to shoot for, right? It's 5 leagues, three championships. You cannot hope for anything better than that. Wish you could have took home 4. You know what I'm saying? And I wish I could at least took down 1, bro. Again, tough year for me. Man, a lot of injuries in the leagues that I did make the championship in. I felt pretty good about it. So, shout out to you. Shout out to Chris for actually both of you guys having Devonte Adams and making it definitely, unbearable for me. So,
man, that was. We're gonna get into fantasy MVPs here in a few minutes, but you know what? Before we get into that, there's all games are being played today, all of them, all 16. That's the beauty of week 17 in NFL. You get all the games today. There's no Monday Night Football. There was no Thursday Night Football. They're all division games on purpose. They've been doing this for a few years now, and there's a lot at stake in just far as NFL football is concerned here. With that being said, on the flip side, there are a lot of players that's out. A lot. And I'm gonna get into that. I normally put it at the ticker here, but it's too many names to put there. So bear with me as I go through this nice little list here. All right, players, and this is from Shefty. So players out Sunday include Tyreek Hill, Clyde Edwards-Helaire, Sammy Watkins, Keenan Allen, Hunter Henry, Joey Bosa, Dalvin Cook, Kenny Golladay, Damian Harris, Frank Gore, Ryan Fitzpatrick, Cole Beasley, DJ Shark, James Robinson, Julio Jones, Christian McCaffrey, Mike Davis, Jared Goff, Darrell Henderson, Cooper Kupp, Christian Kirk, Tyler Kroft, Carlos Hyde, Joe Hayden, Eric Ebron, Cam Hayward, Maurice Pouncey, TJ Watt, Chris Boswell, Denzel Ward, Harrison Bryant, Alvin Kamara, Latavius Murray, Brandon Ayuk, Deebo Samuel, Richard Sherman, Dallas Goedert, Deshaun Jackson, Miles Sanders. And there's a few more that I didn't even mention.
Wow.
So, like you were saying, and like a lot of people feel, normally you do not play fantasy football until week 17 for these reasons here. Between the injuries, players being shut down, players being rested. You just don't do it, and it makes things murky. But there are some leagues out there that plays until week 17 because they want the full experience of the football season. So, I mean, I get it, but a lot of people don't really fool with that.
Not a fan.
I hear you. Not the biggest fan either. But with that being said, I mean, hey, there are, guys out there still playing. All right, so I guess before we get into all of that, let's talk about some players that stood out this year, man. And it's definitely a good batch, but we can only hand out one award per position. So as far as quarterbacks, before we name our quarterback here, like give me some names that definitely did their thing this year.
Man, I think you got to give a a participation award to like the rookie, Justin Herbert, man, because no one even thought that he would have the season in which he did. I believe that he's going to be drafted much higher because he went undrafted in like a lot of leagues. Didn't know whether he was going to be the starter or not, but he showed everything. He showed guts. He showed his strong arm. He showed some accuracy. He showed, utilization with his legs. So if it was one other player, that deserves to get like a nod for that position, I think you got to give it to like the rookie and probably offensive rookie of the year.
Oh, absolutely. And we're gonna show love to a second year vet as well. Your boy Kyla Murray, who put on a display this season. I mean, his numbers was just as good as I guess what you watched. It was phenomenal just watching him take the field and just I haven't seen anything I guess that electric in a sense from a quarterback since the fantasy legend Michael Vick. I haven't seen it.
It was a great one, bro, and I was very, very high on him, and I'm glad you were able to give him a nod, man, because I've always been high on him ever since he came into the league. You and I both had a chance to watch his full career play out in college, and we kind of both figured that it would transition over to Sunday football. So Kyla Murray, amazing season.
Absolutely, but I guess there's only one trophy winner for quarterbacks here. And I'm going to let you go ahead and announce that one, my friend.
You know what? I think we feel similar on this regard, man. I would have to give it to Josh Allen. Look, 5 teams that I was in, 3 leagues, I made the playoffs, 2 to finals. The common denominator on all of those teams, the quarterback, Josh Allen, amazing career, season rather. And I think going forward, he'll have like an amazing career. The addition of Stefan Diggs actually put him into elite. Yes, I said it, elite fantasy quarterback, range right there. He's up there with the Mahomeses. He's up there with the Russell Wilsons when he's on fire. He's up there with the Lamar Jacksons when he's having those career seasons. This guy does it all through the air. He does a bunch with his legs, which he doesn't get enough credit for it. So if I would have to give one person from the quarterback position this year a trophy, it'll be Josh Allen.
Absolutely. So once again, congrats, Josh Allen. Me and you, we definitely had Josh Allen in our teams this year, and he definitely, pushed us in company to where we can compete for fantasy football championships this year.
Absolutely.
All right. So running backs. So, before we get into the ultimate winner, I feel like, there's definitely been hot spots for running backs this year. Antonio Gibson, he was a stellar rookie, especially on Thanksgiving. I was very thankful for that.
You and me both.
Deandre Swift, he had his moments this year. In the playoffs itself, I think Jonathan Taylor, he showed up and showed out for you. Last week, David Johnson, DJ. He came through. If you had him in your lineup, he came through for you. But yeah, there's only one here. But is anybody else you want to shout out before?
Yeah, you know what? I don't know what type of shirt you got on right now, but I do see a couple of Bears jerseys back there. So I'm gonna go ahead and give a shout out to David Montgomery, man. This guy has finally turned into the back that you and I both thought he would be coming out of college. Look, make no mistake about it. He's a talented back if you utilize him properly. And they did just that, man. So I definitely got to give a shout out to something that we've been waiting to see for the longest. So David Montgomery, I definitely want to give you a little, a participation trophy. Another person who should receive one is James Robinson of the Jacksonville Jaguars. No one saw this one coming, man. This guy has been phenomenal all season. Correct me if I'm wrong, Jamar. I think he even amassed 1,000 yards rushing or somewhere close to it before they decided to shut him down for the remainder of the year as well. So he was phenomenal. No one saw this one coming. Undrafted rookie. So the trophy goes to you as well, sir.
Hey, I think you're right about that 1,000 yards, and I'm doing a quick fact check here for us. But yeah,
I know it's either he came pretty close. If you would have, I know he set out like the last couple of games for sure, and he's going to set out this week if I'm not mistaken. So let's see here.
Yeah, he's yep. It's 1,070 on the season in yards, 4.5 a carry, 7 touchdowns. Man, what a story!
What a story!
All right, but yeah, there's only one. There's only one trophy.
I'm gonna let you take it away, bro.
All right, so I was a proud owner of this man, even though I somehow lost in this finals here, but I can't be mad. Alvin Kamara, you are the running backs fantasy MVP this year, man. Like I mean, if let's see, he definitely had a roller coaster ride with his stock, especially with Drew Brees being out, but he still somehow stayed relevant. And, you know, when it mattered most, he showed up for your team. Not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, not 5, 6 of them boys on Christmas. So he won probably 95% of leagues because of that performance. So shout out to AK41 right there. All right, wide receivers. I mean, it's some nice company here. It's some unexpected company, but regardless, I feel like there's definitely some gems here.
Yeah, for sure, man. Outside of like the usual suspects, like the Tyreek Hills, who had a fantastic season, man, Stefan Diggs, right? Goodness gracious. So, like I was telling you offline, Jamar, I drafted this guy to be my wide receiver 3. Like I legit took 2 other wide receivers before him. That was definitely a team that, without question, made it to one of like the postseason games in which I was in. So, man, it's him and Josh Allen just has this like connection, right? It's similar to, dare I say it, it is similar to Aaron Rodgers and
Devonte
Adams. Like it is legit that good. So Stefan Diggs cannot say enough great things about him. I was a proud owner in 2 leagues of this guy, man, and he definitely did me some damage whenever he was inside the lineup.
And this is his numbers. He had as of right now, 120 catches, 1,459 yards, and 8 touchdowns. Like,
man, what more can you want? What more can you want from a wide receiver 1? Yeah, legit. So.
Yeah, so definitely special shout out to him, but he's not our winner. He's not. And that comes from, and I'm going to announce this one because I'm a proud owner of this man right here. Even though it hurts my heart in a sense because of those jerseys you see back that way. But it's Devonte Adams, man. And it's crazy because we were just talking about it before the show started, and I didn't realize he had that many touchdowns. So
I did. Trust me, I played against him.
All right. And so I'm going to read off these stats. And just mind you, this man missed 2 games.
2 full games.
2 full games. And I'm pretty sure he left early in one of those.
One of them. He did.
So 109 catches, 1,328 yards receiving. You're like, okay, well, Stefan Diggs got more yards, right? 17 touchdowns.
17 touchdowns.
Mic drop. That's it. That's all you need to know. 17. And then just his stat line, because apparently Devonte Adams in Week 16 in fantasy championships, he is a legend.
Yep.
So this past year, matter of fact, last week, what was it? 11 catches, 142 yards, and 3 touchdowns.
He went for the trifecta, man. I did not see that one coming.
At all. They embarrassed Tennessee. Embarrassed them. But yeah, Devonte Adams, you are the wide receivers fantasy MVP, my friend. All right, tight ends. Tight ends is always a delicate topic here because A lot of them are so TD dependent. But I feel like there still was a few bright spots overall for this position. We know TJ Hawkinson was one, but definitely give us another bright spot, man, that we both, feel like definitely deserve some roses right now.
Man, I'm glad you mentioned TJ Hawkinson because I would have thought that you would have forgot. He is one of the tight ends that's been, like he hasn't been touchdown dependent. He garnered like a lot of targets. I mean, a lot of it was due to the fact that Kenny Golladay missed so much time this year, and he'll probably make the bust list for me, later on down the line if we choose to discuss that. But TJ Hawkinson has been great. Another guy who we can't get enough credit is Darren Waller. And in every game that I watch this guy in, I'm like, it's not fair. Like I think he's like 6'6", and he just blows right past you, bro. So he has been amazing this season. And if it wasn't for that guy in Kansas City and that guy that we all know and Travis Kelsey, this award would probably be Darren Waller's.
Absolutely. Darren Waller, 6'6", 256, outrunning corners at times. This man right now has 98 catches, 1,079 yards, and 8 touchdowns for a tight end. That's freaking ridiculous. But I tell you, like you mentioned, there's somebody else that's completely ridiculous across the board, and his name is Travis Kelsey over here. Matter of fact, is he still leading the league in receiving yards?
I'm not sure about because both Devonte Adams and Stefan Diggs was trailing him by not too many yards. I would have to double check that one real quick.
Yeah, look that up for me. I'm gonna read off Kelsey's stats right now. So Kelsey, I think he's playing today too. As of right now, 105 catches, 1,416 receiving yards, 11 touchdowns. Like, if you don't know by now, that man is Canton bound. He is on his way to the Hall of Fame, and it's without question. Travis Kelsey is definitely our tight end fantasy MVP. And you got that stat for me?
I got the stat, man. Like I said, Stefan Diggs is leading the league in receiving right now, 1,459 yards to Travis Kelsey's 1,416. So is Travis Kelsey playing this week? Do you know? I didn't hear his name up on the injury report.
I think he is, because I think he's trying to get that record.
It looks like Stefan Diggs will be suiting up in this one as well.
I believe so. I mean, Buffalo has something to play for still.
They do.
Kansas City doesn't, but I know Travis Kelsey was not on that list, so we might see some fireworks between the two players today. So I'm amped.
I'm definitely keeping my eyes out up on that one. And enough, dude. He just doesn't get enough credit. I've said it. I've been said it, and I've been ridiculed for it, saying that Travis Kelsey was a better tight end than Rob Gronkowski. And at the time, everyone was like laughing at me. And now you see, in my opinion, if he keeps this up, I mean, it's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. He will be the greatest tight end of all time.
I'm with you. I mean, I get it. Gronk was a freak of nature in his prime.
Absolutely.
Gronk was unguardable. Gronk was a lot of things. But Travis is a little different here. he just is. He, like, the fact that I think it's the consistency for me right now.
Absolutely.
On top of his ability to gain separation and, make the tough catches and reliable. And he's always on the field. He's always playing. That's probably the biggest knock against Gronk. He was getting injury prone.
Mm-hmm.
That was the biggest knock. If he wasn't injury prone, we might have a different discussion right now. But nevertheless, this is all about Travis Kelsey right now. Give him the flowers while he can still smell them. Man. So, I mean, I guess next week we'll get into the fantasy duds here.
Yep.
So, yeah. All right. So, with all that being said, all right, let's get into some games today because, some people still need them. DFS, sports books, all that good stuff. Fantasy League championship still going on. All right, Minnesota at Detroit. As you know, Galladay's not playing. Matter of fact, I don't remember the last time he suited up for anything. Stafford is toughing it out. He got like 3 different injuries going on. He's starting here. Minnesota does not have Dalvin Cook. I believe his father passed away, and my condolences
Likewise.
To the Cook family on that one. But yeah, I guess from a fantasy point of view, maybe Deandre Swift has a game today.
Deandre Swift, I like Deandre Swift. I also like the rookie who, we should have definitely shouted him out. You know what I mean? And that's Justin Jefferson.
Yeah.
So ball dropped on our behalf. You know what I mean? So we'll definitely take full credit for this because this rookie was awesome, and he is looking to replace the league's leading receiver right now, and Stefan Diggs. We all know Diggs was there. He moved to Buffalo. He's doing great things. He have done great things in Minnesota, but it looks like this rookie, he's next man up, man, and he got next. Man, look what he has done this early in his career, being mentioned with, Randy Moss, that to me, that's enough. That is absolutely enough to be in the same breath and company as as he would call it, the the greatest wide receiver of all time, as he likes to say. So I have none. I mean, if someone wants to say Moss is the greatest, that's an argument in which can be made. But Justin Jefferson, phenomenal year. And he will assert himself into wide receiver 2 with wide receiver 1 upside going into next year.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. His value just went through the roof. Wherever you got him this year, you're definitely your biggest bang for your buck by far on one of these, on him. And there's a few others like that. So yeah, definitely look out for those guys that's mentioned today in that matchup. As far as actual football, there's no real incentive in this game here, so we're gonna keep it moving. All right, Atlanta at Tampa rather. So Brady actually has an incentive here that I found out money wise. Right now he's 5th in passing yards this year. If he stays at 5th, there's like some type of bonus with his contract. So I'm pretty sure you're gonna see him out there locked and loaded with the rest of his guys. Basically same order as any other week as far as these wide receivers.
Yep. And there's been, God, man, like from like the past couple of games, it's like everyone on that offense has been like eaten, and rightfully so. And I think against an Atlanta team, especially being up on the road, not much to play for, no Julio Jones. I think Tampa can, pretty much repeat the same formula here, man. Everybody should eat in this one. But the pecking order, make no mistake about it, is the same as it's always been. Like you mentioned, Brady has something to play for, and Brady is like a stats guy. If a guy is short of a record or some type of grand stat, Brady will see to it that player gets the ball. And in this case, it looks like it's him, man. So I expect him to do much damage in this football game.
Yeah, so apparently if he remains where he's at, he gets $562,500 bonus. So, and also just from a football standpoint, like this team, like they came off a dominant performance last week. Mm-hmm. I'm pretty sure they want to display it again, especially against Atlanta, which they almost lost to a couple of weeks ago. They want to make a statement going into these playoffs. So I'm pretty sure they're going to be playing lights out today. And then on the other side, I guess the only one that's worth starting is Calvin Ridley. So, so yeah, that's that. So yeah, Tampa has something to play for. Okay, in a game that has no playoff implication whatsoever, we have the New York Football Jets at New England. Yeah, so I mean the Jets, we are who they thought they were. We expect New England to be a little bit more competitive this year than what they were, especially towards the second half of the season. I believe there's no Damian Harris today. Anybody on New England worth starting, man?
No.
Fair enough. Jets wise, anybody worth starting?
Oh, man, I'm gonna say this, and Jamison Crowder was coming off of a good. I even think he even threw for a touchdown last week. So, Jamison Crowder would probably be the only one for me, and he would only be utilized as like a flex, in my opinion.
Fair enough. All right, so So yeah, once again, no playoff implications. Jets already locked into the 2 spot. Who knows? They may go after Justin Fields. We'll see in the draft. All right. Game that definitely has some playoff implications for sure. Now, mind you, the AFC is loaded with action today.
Loaded.
5 teams, 4 spots remaining. It could possibly be a team that's 11-5 that's not in the playoffs. That's sickening.
And that's with the addition of the extra, team being able to make it inside the postseason.
Right. If it was an 0-4, man, it could have been 2 teams with 11-5 records that's not in. That's crazy, man. And I honestly will feel bad for the team that does not make it because all of them deserve playoff, playoff implications here and keep it moving. So, that being said, Buffalo. I'm pretty sure Diggs is playing. He's going for that record. Josh Allen, Buffalo still got something to play for. They're trying to, I think, lock up the 2 seed here. So, that being said, we know we're starting Josh Allen.
Yep.
We know we're starting Stefan Diggs.
Mm-hmm.
Cole Beasley getting a look at today.
I think Cole Beasley is out for this game.
Oh, is he really? Did I overlook that?
I think Cole Beasley will not be playing.
Yeah, okay. So we're going to go off that. If that's the case, what about the running backs? Any running backs that you considering on this one?
Yeah, Josh Allen. Yep. Josh Allen will be the best running back to play up on that team today.
Fair enough. Flip side, there's no Fitz magic. He got COVID. So Tua's gonna have to go the full distance here. He can't call in the closer on this one. I know this is a tough matchup across the board, I feel like, for Miami Dolphins players today, but anybody getting a sniff in your lineup if you have to play?
It definitely is a tough matchup. And this is still fantasy, championship football right here, right?
Yeah.
So I can't see it. Like I really can't. Gaskin is Gaskin healthy?
I'm double checking this list. I don't see him. I do see Cole Beasley on this list, so you definitely correct about that. I don't see him on the list.
So I think that's the only guy who can actually do something for you for that Miami offense. A lot of the guys are just a little bit too wishy-washy, a little bit too inconsistent for my taste. But Gaskin has found the end zone, and I think they can and should be able to get the running game going. So
yeah. Like we stated, definitely major playoff implications in this game for sure. Another one with the same here that's near and dear to your heart.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so Pittsburgh, let's see. Big Ben's not playing. I don't know the full list. Do you have an idea?
No Cam Hayward. No, I believe everyone else on the offense outside of Eric Ebron is playing today. So no Cam Hayward, no TJ Watt. The reason why I mention these things is because how well the Cleveland side of the football should be able to do on offense without those guys being there. So for Pittsburgh, at this point, I probably wouldn't, start a wide receiver knowing that Mason Rudolph hasn't had much time to, gel with any of these guys. So like for the Pittsburgh side, I wouldn't play anybody besides their defense. And I say that to say this. Pittsburgh has 70 games in a row in which they have accumulated 1 sack, at least 1 sack. And I think they want to keep that keep that mojo going against this Cleveland offense this week. So
yeah, impressive stat. I definitely didn't know that. And funny thing that you mentioned Mason Rudolph. I mean, he is starting, and on the flip side, Miles Garrett, he's actually going to be a captain for the game. So I mean, hey,
I've seen that, man.
Hey, take it how you want it on this one. Cleveland side, they definitely have something to play for. Basically, I'm pretty sure they win an end scenario here.
Yep.
So they got the band back together, wide receivers back. I think Denzel Ward, he's not playing because of the COVID thing, but you got Baker Mayfield, you got the running back tandem, you got Landry back. In a matchup to where, this division game, but Pittsburgh is resting folks on both sides of the ball. I feel like, me personally, you can probably start a vast majority of these guys that's fantasy relevant on Cleveland and have a productive day.
No, I'm with you, man. I agree. And I would even give Baker Mayfield a nod. Look, a lot of those guys up on the defensive side of the football, we know what Pittsburgh's defense is all about. And Joe Hayden in this football game as well. So looks like Minkah Fitzpatrick will be kind of back there alone, so to speak, as far as like playmakers inside the secondary. So I expect those guys to get a little bit loose today, man. The Jarvis Landrys. Guys of that nature. And we all know what those two running backs can do. I think both of those guys are starting caliber today.
Big facts here. So, once again, I'm pretty sure Cleveland winning their end. And then also, I think they're still vying for the 2 seed, right?
Who, Cleveland?
No, Pittsburgh.
Oh, yeah. Pittsburgh is, but keep in mind that the team in which they're battling for is the Buffalo Bills, in which Buffalo already beat them, so they would hold the tiebreaker. So technically, I believe the 3 seed is pretty much locked in.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I can see that. All right. A game that really has some implications for real, and it's kind of crazy as it sounds with the way this division is. All right, so basically, loser's definitely out.
Yep.
Winner has to hope for the football team to lose to get in. That's where we're at. So if one of these teams make it, that means a 6-win team is going to win the division.
Man, okay. Look, man, you already hit on it. 2 teams in the AFC could possibly be 11 wins, which is tough to do in the National Football League, and miss the playoffs. And you got these 2 teams in which I don't think any of these guys have won seven games this year, right?
Nope. So,
I mean, come on, man. Like, that is that. Like, I digress.
So, yeah, we are witnessing the worst division of all time right now. But the show must go on. So, pretty sure Daniel Jones is starting here.
Yep.
What's his name? Wayne Gallman. Pretty sure he's in your backfield for the Giants. I mean, I know Dallas, their defense is suspect, but
it really is. But who can you really trust on that Giants offense? You know what I mean? It's so right. One game it'll be Shepard, then like the next game it'll be, the tight end there. So it's like you really don't know, and I really don't feel comfortable starting any of these guys. Maybe outside of Danny Dimes here, and again, I would even play him with caution.
Yeah, I mean, if you had the Giants defense, would you play them against Dallas? Because Dallas been looking solid lately, somehow, some way. But
no. Honestly, I wouldn't. Look, divisional game. Both teams have something to play for. I think it's going to be one of those games, low scoring, and whoever makes the least amount of mistakes should be able to pull this football game off. So
good luck with that. Dallas side, Andy Dalton's been better lately.
Serviceable, yes.
He could be a streaming option for DFS today. I mean, we'll see. Ezekiel Elliott, I mean, he's starting to show. I guess the last couple of weeks starting to show a little life here. I'm pretty sure if you own Ezekiel Elliott, you did not win your league this year. I'm just saying. But then the wide receivers, Amari Cooper, been holding strong. CeeDee Lamb was solid, but man, the real MVP last week was Michael Gallup. That came out of left field.
Man, it came straight out of left field. I did not see that one coming. I didn't get a chance to watch that game, but like I checked, I was checking like the stats back and forth, and I think he found the end zone twice in that game, man. So it seems like he's developing like some type of comfort level in that offense with Andy Dalton. So we'll see how that transition going forward.
Yeah. So with all that being said, anybody feel comfortable starting on the Dallas side today?
Yeah, I am still gonna stay with Amari Cooper. I think that's like the strongest guy in which I feel the most comfort in. But outside of that, again, a lot of people are out this week. Maybe you can give CeeDee Lamb a quick flex consideration, but then again, it is championship week, and don't expect too much.
That's big facts. So we got a couple of good mornings here.
Yo, what's good with you, bro?
What up? Good morning. And then also from my buddy Brandon.
Brandon, what's good, bro? You know, man, like shout out to Jamal, man, because this dude been killing it, and like I don't know what type of formula he's been using in order to, you know, win as much as he has been doing up on these betting games. But man, me and you need to talk offline, man, so we can chat about that formula. I need some extra bread as well.
I mean, shoot, he can actually, if he wants, he can actually come on. He can come on.
He definitely got the winning formula right now, man. So.
Hey man, hit us up after the pod, man. All right, so next one that has some implications for one team. We got Baltimore at Cincy. Baltimore is basically winning in scenario. It looks like they got their act together in the last couple of weeks here. Yeah,
man. It's looking like that. Look, they already know that this AFC side of the football league, it is like deep. It's very, very deep, and you know, you can't go out there making too many mistakes, and it seems like they shored that up. And I mean, the reason why, man, is, you know, it's J.K. Dobbins, bro. And you and I both said this before the season. Inside my keeper league, that was one of my picks, and you know, make no ifs, ands, or buts about it. That's going to be the player I am going to keep. And I think he should warrant RB2 consideration going into next year. And with that being said, that whole Baltimore side of the, you know, field should, you know, get some sort of like look today when it comes to, you know, Mark Andrews, Lamar Jackson, J.K. Dobbins, even Gus Edwards at a point, because, and again, he is touchdown dependent. So, again, I would probably play him as like a safe, like flex for him to score. But a lot of options, Jamar.
Well, what about Hollywood? Him too?
Hollywood Brown, I'm going to say no. He's too inconsistent for me. I know he's been coming on strong the last couple of weeks, but, you know, with all this on the line this week, bro, I think we should, you know, just kind of like shy away from him. I don't want to say go ahead and play this guy, and then like they're coming looking at me like, come on, Deshaun, like really? So I'm gonna say no.
All right, so he said Jamal said he's taking Cincy. Don't think Jackson is playing. I'm about to double check that really quick.
Yeah, for sure.
But if Jackson is playing, he usually has big games against Cincinnati. One way or another, they're always on the highlight reel.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Last time I checked, I thought that Jackson was playing. I know it's, you know, Baltimore got like a lot of, you know, implications in order to play, and then, you know, like they're in. So I would think that Lamar Jackson would be ready to go in this one.
Yeah, I think he's good today. All right, so on the Cincinnati side of things, I mean, they're down to slim pickings here. It's outside. I mean, would you play Tyler Boyd?
Probably that'll probably be the only person who would get like any sort of consideration from me. Maybe like Higgins as well, because I think that Cincy probably will be playing from behind in this football game, so they might, you know, abort the run. That's the only reason why I really wouldn't give Giovanni Bernard a nod in this one. I think they're going to be playing from behind. I think they're going to throw a lot. I think they're going to make a lot of mistakes. So,
yeah, I'm curious to see how their wide receiver core is going to look next year, and also this on the flip side with Baltimore, see if what they're going to do with Mark Ingram here. It might look like it might be the end of Mark Ingram in Baltimore, which, you know, would definitely be a big fantasy plus for J.K. Dobbins, which we, you know, wanted since we drafted him in this offseason. But
right.
All right. I mean, another game with implications here. So Indianapolis, right now, they're the odd man out, and that's crazy. If everybody wins, they're out. And if they win, I mean, they'd be 11-5 and out of the playoffs. That's crazy.
You know, shout out to my Pittsburgh Steelers for making that happen from last week. They finally had a good. Yep. You know what? I'm saying it, Jamar, because a lot of people, you know, I always take like the humble road, right? And like everybody was like tagging me in like the game, like, hey, Deshaun, what's going on up in the game and this and that. But hey, we got the job done and we're in. So now Indy has to play their way in. Again, I have no ill will towards Indianapolis. We are, in fact, from Indiana. I will never root for them. But then and again, I like to think that my Steelers had something to do with that.
They absolutely did, bro. and it's messed up in a sense. Not whatever reason, your team woke up in the middle of that second half last week. Woke up because it was looking like the same old story that we've seen the last month.
Yeah.
I'm like, so what's going on? I turned away. I thought it was a wrap. I turned back and like, Pittsburgh winning. But hey, shout out to your team. Maybe this might have been the break they need to get back on track for real. With all that said, Colts side, I'm pretty sure you're starting Jonathan Taylor.
Yep, that's going to be the marquee guy that you're going to play in this football game. Jacksonville's run defense is non-existent, so this guy should be able to eat, man. I think he should be able to get 20 to 25 touches in this football game.
Yeah. He definitely should. Nyheim Hines worth or not?
I'm gonna say, how did he do last week?
I'll look that up really quick for you.
Yeah, because I think Jonathan Taylor is killing it right now, and I think he's eating away like a lot of like the bulk of that backfield, rightfully so. That's the reason why they drafted this guy, man. Great football player, but outside of Jonathan Taylor and this offense, man, I'm really not sure. A couple of people were asking me about Phillip Rivers, considering that they are playing Jacksonville. Maybe he gets the nod, maybe in like a deeper league, but outside of that, no, I really can't see anybody else.
Yeah, Hines had eight rushes for 44 yards and 4 catches for 20 yards. That was it. So, I mean, point taken. And then, looks like Brandon definitely saw what happened last week as well.
Definitely a sight for sore eyes for me, Brandon. As you know, hashtag Steeler Nation, hashtag here we go. So, with that being said, that game was definitely a turning point. A lot of anxiety for me. Being able to sit down and watch that football game, but I'm glad that we, got some momentum going into the postseason.
Absolutely. All right, Jacksonville side. I'm steering clear away from anybody on this game.
Yep, wasteland. But it looks like the number 1 overall pick is pretty much locked up for Jacksonville and Trevor Lawrence. I know that they lost that game, but still, I think he is the best prospect in the NFL draft.
Yeah. By far. Another game with same division, fantasy implications. Tennessee win, and they win the AFC South there, going against Houston. And I remember yesterday, and you made a quick reminder to me and Brandon on the Early Morning Sports Talk podcast with your comment. Houston's run defense is trash.
Oh, my God. Man, I know I mentioned Jacksonville's run defense, but Houston is right there with it, if not worse. So
yeah, and I'm pretty sure, correct me if I'm wrong, the last time these two teams met, Derrick Henry went over 200 yards and had the game-winning touchdown. So Derrick Henry, I believe he's 233 away from 2K.
Yep.
Hey, what's your chance to scale 1 to 100?
Man, I'm gonna give him a 60% chance, bro. Considering that, look, Tennessee has to win this football game, right?
Yep.
Why not give it to the league's leading rusher, arguably the best running back in football? Man, if he does not get 25 touches in this football game, it'll be surprising. It'll be very surprising. Run it down their throats, control the tempo, you know what I mean? Control the clock, and don't give Deshaun Watson a chance to actually win a football game. Ride that monster's back. Set up play action for AJ Brown and company. So yeah, man, I would love to see him get 2K.
Man, you and me both. It feels like, that franchise low key has had a history of wonderful running backs. It's crazy if you think about it. They had Chris Johnson.
Yep.
CJ 2K. Eddie George back in the day. Like this franchise has elite running backs in their history somehow, some way. Ryan Tannehill, AJ Brown, feeling good about them guys today?
I'm feeling great about them both today.
All right. On the flip side, somebody that I'm really feeling great about is that quarterback, Deshaun Watson.
Yeah, as you should, man. Look, Tennessee was just lit up, right? They were just lit up last week against Green Bay, and even though they don't have the firepower like a Aaron Rodgers and Devonte Adams combination, still Deshaun Watson should still be able to get his in this football game, and I think they keep it close enough if Tennessee does not, you know what I mean, just run it, just ram it down their throats the whole game. So. You don't want to give Deshaun Watson an opportunity to steal this one away.
At all. Yeah, Houston played them really tough last time, so we're going to see what happens here. All right, so a game that's close to my heart, but not that close, but definitely has some implications here.
As it should be.
All right, so Arizona at the Rams. So no Jared Goff. I think thumb surgery or something like that. Injured his thumb last week. Starting what's his face? Wolford at quarterback. His first start. Yeah, exactly. No Darrell Henderson. I think Cam Akers is a game time decision. But I still feel like this team can still be pretty productive today, whoever they start in that backfield and whoever is out there as far as wide receivers is concerned. No Cooper Kupp either. So I feel like Robert Woods can have a pretty good day. I feel like Malcolm Brown, at the very least, can have a pretty good game. Tyler Higbee, I feel like he can have a pretty good game. And I feel like that Rams defense can have a great game. That's just my opinion.
No. I'm with you. But look, you have to be optimistic about all of those things, right?
Don't tell nobody, man.
Because we all know that this is, second. This is supposed to be the game that you're going to keep your eye on outside of your own football game, right?
Yeah.
But Kyla Murray, DeAndre Hopkins, that connection, I think is just going to be a little bit too much for them. And again, yes, I already know that you're going to say it. The quarterback, right? Jalen Ramsey should stick it to D-Hop in this football game. No Christian Kirk as well.
Correct.
So I think that's the reason why this football game would be a little bit closer than many predict. But at the same time, Kyler Murray still has the ability to utilize his legs, and therefore you have to shut him down in a multitude of ways in order to win this football game, which would it be an upset? Yeah, I think it would have to be an upset if LA were to win this game. Can it be a possibility? Yeah, absolutely. But I'm still rolling with Arizona in this one.
That hurts, man.
I know it, man. I know it does. But look, no Jared Goff, no Cooper Kupp, man. It's gonna be tough. It is gonna be.
It definitely is. Last time these two teams played, Rams won 38-28, but Kyler Murray, he had 173 yards passing. He did have 3 touchdowns in that game to 1 interception, but they kept him in check as far as running, man. He only had 15 yards on 5 carries.
So, yeah, I mean that up front is pretty darn stout. So they would have to turn him into a pocket quarterback in order to win that one.
That's what I'm talking about, Brandon.
No Rams.
Be the biggest Rams fans today, I tell you what. But yeah, no, this game should definitely be pretty close game just because of the defense of the Rams will keep them in that game for sure. Basically, it's gonna be like what you mentioned with that Dallas Giants game. The least amount of mistakes would probably win this game.
I'm with you.
All right. So I mean, in this one here, New Orleans has something to play for. Because they can still lock up that number 1 spot if things, roll their way. Mm-hmm. So this here is similar to the quarterback situation at one game in Denver, the wide receiver situation of last week in Cleveland. The running back situation is done. So no Lat Murray, no Alvin Kamara. Alvin Kamara got COVID. His status for next week is interesting because he can play he could possibly play if the game is on a Sunday. If it's on a Saturday, he can't play. That's crazy. So basically the starting running back is gonna be Ty Montgomery. And they're gonna bring up somebody from the practice squad as far as his backup. That's what we're looking at. But with that being said, there's still enough firepower in New Orleans to win this game. But as far as a fantasy standpoint, Ty Montgomery, I think he can be a flex consideration today.
No, I'm with you. The way that they utilize, AK-41, I think that, look, again, he's not him. He's more so of a combo. What do they call him? An OW, an offensive weapon. So he's a wide receiver / running back. Kind of like a Cordero Patterson or something like that for you guys. So I think he can warrant flex consideration in this football game. Yeah, why not?
Yeah. And then once again and then of course I'm pretty sure I didn't see Michael Thomas on the injury report, so you're starting him. I mean, like I said, they got something to play for. Drew Brees, I'm actually steering clear away from him until I see him back to Drew Brees form, if he ever gets back to that form. On the other side of the ball, I mean, no Christian McCaffrey again, no 99 running back overall there. Wide receivers, Robbie Anderson, DJ Moore, against that Saints defense that still has something to play for.
Yep.
How do you feel?
I mean, I feel okay about it. I don't really feel the need to, bench both of those guys, man. I think one of them will have a pretty good game, but the hardest thing about this is which one. You know what I mean? So it's Marshawn Lattimore is a fantastic corner. Don't know if he's going to play which one of those wide receivers, but both of them I think can be utilized as a wide receiver too.
Fair enough. So I tell you what, one of these teams in this next matchup here is going to be trying to handle their business. Well, actually both of them here. Here we go.
The game of the week for me. The game that I want to see. The game that you want to see. Man, gosh. Look, okay. So let's go ahead and stick to your Chicago side of the football. Man, you guys have been playing great. Like I mentioned up on you guys' podcast, shout out to the Early Sports Morning Talk podcast. You guys do. Yesterday's show was phenomenal. If you haven't done so, make sure you go and download that one. You will not be sorry. Shout out to Brandon. Shout out to my co-host right here. The guy, the guru, Jamar Goodman. Great show yesterday. But back to your Chicago Bears. Look, You guys have been playing great. You got a good wide receiver in Allen Robinson. Utilize him. You guys have been running the football, and you guys been running it at a very, very good clip. Utilize Montgomery, Mitch Trubisky. You know what I mean? If he is able to get outside of the numbers and, make some plays downfield, I can see Chicago winning this football game, and I am dead serious. So, I think you guys have life in this one. Keep in mind that you already mentioned the league's leading, fantasies MVP and Devonte Adams up on the other side of the football field. And the real life MVP and my own personal NFL MVP of 2020 should be Aaron Rodgers. So you got that matchup to overcome. But if you do those things that I mentioned, I think you guys should be able to pull away with this one in a tight football game.
I'm hoping so. I'm rooting for the Rams to get the business done, so that way ain't no pressure on us. But it's crazy. Like, I guess this game was on my subconscious to the point where I had a dream about this game last night. I know we don't even do that, but somehow the Packers had Larry Fitzgerald, so I know that ain't real. But yeah, man. No, like Montgomery, I feel like he can definitely be a stellar option today. Allen Robinson, that's Mitchell's favorite target throughout this whole process. I mean, I feel like Mitch is definitely worth consideration starting in your lineup today. He's been playing like his job is on the line.
Yeah,
which it is. So, and it's good to see like him having like consecutive games of like productivity in a positive way. So, flip side here. So, did you know the Packers lost their starting left tackle?
No, I did not.
Yeah, it happened in practice, and he basically was like was talking like junk about the Bears, I think in a radio interview, and I think towards ACL in practice.
Oh man, how unfortunate.
In a serious note, that is, I don't ever wish injuries upon anybody, but with that being said, his normally the left tackle is the quarterback's bodyguard.
Yeah, for sure.
Especially with a right-handed passing quarterback. So you might see Rodgers moving out a little bit more than you want to today. Just saying. Of course, you're starting Devonte Adams.
Oh my God, yeah.
Yeah, that's not. Aaron Jones, he's been solid. They've been giving the ball to AJ Dillon too, who's that's the one they drafted in the second round, who was a monster as far as physique wise. So, I mean, I feel like there's definitely good players to play on both sides of the ball here in a fantasy perspective, but real life, man, I can't. I'm glad this is the afternoon game, so it gives me more time to get prepared for this.
Right. I mean, and not only prepared as far as a fantasy football perspective goes, but just from an anxiety perspective for all of from all of like the Bears fans out there. Look, both of these teams have something to play for. Chicago with a little bit more, considering that they need to win this football game just to control their own destiny. So they don't have to be looking up over their shoulders for like the next team to help them get in. Green Bay wants to secure that number 1 overall seed, which could be huge. No one wants to play in Lambeau.
Nobody.
Around this time, man, like weather just could be, up and down there. And that's already an advantage in itself. But this game, man, look, I am tuning in this game. I have to go to work today, but I'm gonna make sure that it's really, really, really quick so I can be able to watch this football game.
Fair enough. Bear down. One time for the one time. All right. This one here. So there's no Patty Mahomes.
Mm-hmm.
There's no Tyreek Hill, no CEH. There is Travis Kelsey, no Sammy Watkins. So regardless who the quarterback is, I'm starting Travis Kelsey no matter what, because Travis Kelsey has a personal vendetta with that receiving yards record, so he's going for it. Le'Veon Bell, would you consider starting Le'Veon Bell today?
No. And the reason behind that is I'm not sure who's going to be under center. Do you know who's going to be the starting quarterback there?
Give me a second, because I thought I was tripping. I saw Chad Henne's name, but no.
I think you might be right. I think it may be Chad Henne, but with that being said, maybe considering that whoever is going to play there isn't going to know the offense that well, so they might get a chance to hand it up. Hand the ball off to whatever running backs is going to play, which it may be Le'Veon Bell. So, man. I just don't want to play Bell in this situation right here, Jamar, considering that I'm not sure. It's not a sure thing. Bell did not have a good week last week, which a lot of people projected him to have. So, I really don't want to play Bell at this, at this point in fantasy football.
Yeah, I don't blame you, man. And then on the flip side, Justin Herbert. I mean, yeah.
Yep.
Basically, anybody that's that you normally start on the Chargers side, you probably would start today. So if Austin Eckler's playing, you're starting them. I don't think Keenan Allen's playing, but basically, definitely Austin Eckler for sure. Wideouts, I got to double check that as far as Mike Evans is concerned. I got to double check Hunter Henry as well. I might have mentioned his name earlier too. So, but regardless, you're definitely starting Justin Herbert, and that's without question, right?
Yep. No ifs, ands, or buts about it.
All right. So next game here, Seattle. They still in contention for the number 1 seed. So you definitely gonna see a full dose of DK Metcalf and Tyler Lockett and Carson and whoever else they have as a weapon out there, including Russell Wilson.
Yeah, outside of those, the main guys that you're going to play, everyone that you just mentioned, quarterback, wide receivers, the running back there, so quarterback. So all of those guys should be able to get a nod. Look, Seattle has not been consistent enough over the past couple of weeks in, regular football as well as fantasy football. But I think this is a get-right game for them. They got something to play for. I think Russell Wilson should have a bounce-back game.
Absolutely. San Francisco side, I mean, anybody that you think of? There's no Brandon Ayuk, no Deebo Samuel, maybe George Kittle.
George Kittle and Jeff Wilson Jr. if he is to get the nod in this football game. Now, I'm not sure if Mostert is going to play, but look, make no mistake about it. Me not playing Jeff Wilson Jr. in a couple of my leagues, and like I'm just still like heartbroken over that. I don't think he gets enough like credit to how he has been playing up over the last couple of weeks. Whenever he has gotten a nod to be the quarterback, he has been productive. So if I would definitely check into like the Mostert thing. But Jeff Wilson Jr. is another name that can be mentioned.
Facts. All right. So we're going to go on to the next game here, which has no implications at all. And this will probably be relatively quick. But once again, we probably just want to give a shout out to Waller the Baller here, who's been pretty darn awesome this year. The only other tight end outside of Travis Kelsey that was not touchdown dependent. It was a pleasure for me to have him in the main league as my keeper. I can't keep him again.
Thank you, Jesus. So we got a shot at him, man. Dude, it was way too many tight ends that were kept in that league, man. Mark Andrews was another one. So
yeah, based on the previous year, Mark Andrews wasn't touchdown dependent like he is this year for whatever reason. So yeah. So going forward, you'll get a shot at the guy. If I don't get him first, it's cool. But I'm just saying. But yeah, man, I feel like I'm pretty sure he's like the only one, and maybe Josh Jacobs, worth playing today on either side of the ball, in my opinion.
Yeah, Denver's too inconsistent. Denver has a lot of talent, but definitely didn't live up to that, like they got some good players, but those guys need to develop first into the players that we think that they should be in order for you to just go ahead and play them. So yeah, that's it.
All right. And then this one here, it's probably going to be the overall game of the day. And, shout out to the NFL for actually creating some drama here. So the football team who controls their own fate tonight, Sunday Night Football, at Philadelphia, who is playing extraordinarily well for Jalen Hurts. They are playing for that man. Jalen Hurts is definitely worth starting, in my opinion. I know Washington has a great defense, but the dual threat and his ability, I feel like he's worth a starting nod. And before I let you go, as far as players who to play, so Alex Smith is expected to play. So is Antonio Gibson and Terry McLaurin. So they have their weaponry tonight. So I guess, how do you feel about this matchup here?
No, I feel really, really good. And I actually want to watch this game, man. Alex Smith is back. We all know, and he suffered a potential life, threatening and a career-ending injury, and he's back out there, man. So this is going to be some good football. So with that being said, Alex Smith under center already, amplifies, the wide receiver there. Logan Thomas, is it Logan Thomas there?
Yep.
The tight end. So yeah, he's been great over the past couple of weeks. So I think he should get a nod as well. The running back, Gibson, McKissick, those guys all of them should be some pretty decent plays against Philly.
It should. And Philly side of the ball, there's no Miles Sanders, no Deshaun Jackson, but you've got Jalen Hurts. The backup for running back, is that Boston Scott?
It's Boston Scott and
is it Corey
Clement? Yep. So it's going to be a combination of the two. So I would probably lean towards Clement having the better game overall, maybe, but Boston Scott should do enough that he should be able to pluck one into the end zone. So
gotcha. And I don't think there's no Goddard either. So you
did not know that.
I don't think so. So if that's the case, kind of as far as his receiving weapons, he probably stuck with the old school. I ain't gonna say the old school, but throwback squad as far as Alshon Jeffrey and Zach Ertz. But you also got Fogel in there. So I don't know how I feel about starting any of the pass catchers, but I feel like they're gonna be productive enough for Jalen Hurts here to be serviceable.
So I'm gonna say this, Jamar. Yeah. If Goddard is not playing, which Goddard's been serviceable for a mass
Oh yeah,
part of this season. So if Goddard isn't playing, I think Ertz should deserve a nod because tight end, look, again, has been like super thin. So he should deserve a nod in this one. But man, that really does limit Jalen Hurts though. Like that really sucks. I might even take Washington to win this one up on the road, bro.
Oh yeah. So no, matter of fact, no Flex or Cox. Either Dallas Goddard, Deshaun Jackson, Miles Sanders.
That's tough. Ooh, I'm a roll with Washington. It's football.
Like Washington, like it's kind of like served on the silver platter right now for them to take the division, but I know Philly is not gonna like bow down at all.
As they shouldn't.
And Jalen Hurts has something to play for himself. He wants that starting job going into next year. He wants to be labeled the franchise quarterback. He has the talent. Me personally, I've been a fan of him since Bama, and I'm not even a Roll Tide fan at all. But just his story of if you followed him from Bama to Oklahoma to where he is now, it's incredible. So I'm always rooting for the guy. So I don't know. I think he makes this game interesting tonight. But yeah, that's today. Today is going to be probably outside of the Super Bowl, probably going to be like the funnest day to watch as far as football is concerned.
Man, I think so, man. A lot of playoff implications today, Jamar. Like again, at Chicago and Green Bay game is definitely going to be the game of the week. Definitely want to tune into that one. But good football across the board today.
Absolutely. So yeah, we ran through the games. If I need to say it again, we'll be back next week because I mean, there's people that probably play DFS or play the sports, have the sportsbook app and betting money on games like that. And if your boy really wants to come on, then we can definitely discuss that some. And we'll also be getting into the fantasy duds of the year next week because there's definitely
I got a bunch of them.
Kenny Galladay's one, but anyway,
it's another one.
Christian McCaffrey, but that's neither here or there. Anyway, so yeah, we'll be back, and hey, do what that ticker says if you're watching. It says subscribe and hit the notification bell, and it's not just on Facebook, but on YouTube and Twitter as well. Hey, let them know where they can find our podcast at, man.
Man, dude, you can find our podcast is just about anywhere that you are able to pick up and download a podcast. Myself personally, I like to roll with Apple Pod. Okay, like that's where I listen to everything from Destination Fantasy to the Early Sports Talk podcast. Man, look, make sure you check us out across every. I even think we got Pandora coming up, right, Jamar?
Oh yeah, it's on there. It's live.
So man, anywhere in which you can download it, definitely shout us out, share it. We trying to give you pretty good content. Dude, this has been an amazing season for us. This has been a first for us with like the visuals and everything. So I know this is the final NFL, week of like the regular season, but it's been a blast, bro. So I appreciate everything that that everyone has been giving to us as far as the support, the sharing, like everything up over every platform, Instagram, Facebook, even Snapchat. Look, man, we're there. So we really appreciate
it. You don't know this, but so this webcam that I got is from Amcrest, right?
Yep.
And they sent me an email. It was like, hey, we'll let you have this camera. You just use it, give us a review, and for the ones that's been watching since day one, my quality on my screen has been trash. Let's just call it what it is compared to yours. And now I feel like I'm in the limelight. Like I feel like I'm worthy of being shown now. So I appreciate this camera. It's been very awesome. I tested it on this desktop that I'm on, the laptop. It's been amazing. So shout out to Amcrest there for this camera. You should definitely get one.
Man, I knew something definitely changed about that, man. So no. It looks great, bro.
Appreciate that, man. Definitely needed it. But yeah, man. Yeah, we're here. We're definitely here in the off season. We're here doing the playoffs here after the Super Bowl. Basically, we want to, get you ready for next year as much as possible. dropping knowledge and nuggets, and probably having guests on, and just basically just getting you ready. So definitely stick with us. We appreciate your support from day one. We started out in the middle of August. We're here now. Appreciate all the love and support. But yeah, definitely subscribe, hit that notification button. Definitely, find us, for podcasts. I mean, I'm a Spotify guy. He's an Apple podcast guy, but there's other platforms as well. We're also going to be on Audible soon, which is Amazon's listening platform. So just to, throw that little nugget out there. But all right, man. Anything else you want to mention before we get out of here?
You know what? Look, I just want to give a shout out to the people that I faced in like the finals. Shout out to you, Jamar. Great win, bro. You really did deserve it. Look, I mean that wholeheartedly. It's no ill, felt, anything with me. You know how I roll. I don't care if I know the person or not. If you won, I am genuinely happy for you. Even though I did not take home the gold this year, look, I am ready to draft like right now. If there was a draft right now, I would be ready, man. So shout out to everybody that won. Shout out to you. Shout out to Chris James and guys like that. So three of them boys, man. Trifecta.
3 titles in 5 leagues, 4 finals appearances. Definitely. But all right, for my brother Deshaun on Jamar. Hey, same time next week. All right, man. Peace out.